Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for coming by again or tuning in for your first time, whichever or. So I have 4 different recipes to show you. One is for bread, one is for soup, one is for Seitan Meatballs, and one is just for meal prepping a general salad base. I put my face in some of them, I don't put it in all of them, so let me know what you like better, if you like me kind of being there talking with you or just the food, because I know obviously you're here for food, so just let me know whichever one you like better and then I will keep doing that, obviously. So without further ado, we will get into the video and hopefully it gives you some ideas to try out, and yeah. So the first thing I'm going to walk you through is just a basic salad meal prep. So I will make this literally every Sunday basically, and it will last me throughout the week. So first thing you want to do is chop up a huge head of lettuce. I just kind of like roughly chop it both ways, up and down, and I place it into my salad spinner. I think it's super crucial to wash your lettuce because we don't know what it's been exposed to and stuff. And plus, salad spinners are super fun to use, and they are versatile because they can also work as a strainer and everything. So you'll see all the uses I get out of it throughout this video. So obviously, spin your lettuce after you wash it, and then transfer it into your keepsake container that you are prepping your salad in. This is the salad I use. I think it's really cool that it uses the roots that are in it. I just feel like that'll keep it fresh for some reason. Next, I roughly chop up a whole bunch of spinach. I remove little pieces of the stems, not off all of them, just off some of them. I don't know why, I'm kind of weird, and pick out the bad ones. Next up, I'm going to prepare my bell peppers. So before I do that, this is the setup I have. So I kind of have the container I'll go into, my salad container, and the garbage right beside me. I cut up my bell peppers just kind of into quarters almost, and then I place it into this container of apple cider vinegar and warm water, and I just kind of will let it soak in there for a bit to get itself cleaned up, and I will let it sit while I prep the rest of my other vegetables. Once I add in all the bell pepper, then I'll fill it till it covers them all with water as well. So while that sits, I'm going to chop up my onion here. Pretty self-explanatory. Some people, I guess, chop their onions different, but here you go. I use a mix of purple onion and white onion. Then I'm going to add some cucumber. Pretty basic prepping your cucumber. Peel it, cut it up. That's about it. You can cut it up however you like. I like to do mine kind of in quarters, fifths, whatever I did there, so they're nice little perfect pieces. Once that's done, go back to your bell pepper and drain it into the other part of your salad spinner. I told you it was versatile. Give them a nice rinse off there as well so they don't taste like apple cider vinegar. Chop them all up and place them in your salad. I was also prepping one for my own lunch right there as I was making this, so some goes in there too. Now I'm going to show you a little trick I do with my bell pepper is that I put paper towel on the container first, and then I put my bell peppers in. That paper towel will absorb the moisture, and you'll notice that your bell pepper or any vegetable will stay like 3 times as long. My choice for bean to add to my salad today was chickpeas. Sometimes I roll them out and dry them like this, sometimes I don't. It kind of honestly just depends how lazy I am. When you rub it like that, the skins will come off easier, just like that. And I guess, honestly, sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I won't. Like I said, it's not a big deal to me. Right here is the little container that I use to take my hemp seeds and nutritional yeast to school with me as part of my meal prep so that it doesn't get like wet or soggy. Then I will add my tofu to my salad that I'm eating today, and that was just meal prepped from another time before. I'm also going to chop up some cherry tomatoes. I only have enough for my salad today, but I'll usually do them for the others too as well. So that's how I make my big salad. It's quite large. This one's not too bad because I'm eating my salad now instead of at lunch, and then I only need this for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this will be 3 servings, and I don't know if you can get the idea of how large it is, but it's quite large. And then what I'll do with that is, like I said, I'll take my like little thing of protein in a container, usually on the side. Sometimes I don't mind if it's cold, but sometimes I want to warm it up, so I just keep it separate. I'll usually add some type of crunch as well. I usually like to put like either kale chips or some different seeds like pumpkin seeds or a type of nut or something like that. Today all I really wanted was my hemp seeds and nutritional yeast. And then I'll usually make some type of dressing for the week. So this is a sesame one. The recipe is in another video. I'll link it below. But I like to do either this tip, I think I said sesame, but I like a tahini mixture one, or usually then I'll just do, if not that, then just like olive oil and lemon juice and apple cider vinegar, that type of thing, with some herbs. So just added on my dressing there. So the thing I love about salads is that you can change up all the ingredients no matter what and make it really flavorful and with different textures and colorful, and it doesn't need to be the same old boring repetitive salad constantly. I get really excited about this salad, especially because I love that tahini dressing so much, I think. But it just like makes me happy too, looking at all the colors in it. That might be lame, but I genuinely enjoy my salad every day, and I can switch up the beans, I can switch up the greens, I can switch up my add-ins. Sometimes I'll put like peas or carrots or things like that in there too, usually avocado. It kind of depends on where my fats are as well. I just started following macros again, so I'm trying to keep my fats under control, because I found going vegan, it was really easy to let my fats get way higher, because I'm loving like avocado and hummus and nuts and seeds, and all those things are very vitamin and nutrient dense, but also are sneaky with your fats. Even though they're healthy fats, you still have to watch them sometimes, because there are some days I was getting like 100 grams of fat and I'm like, it's probably not the best thing. So happy food dance. Next up, we're making Seitan meatballs. Your first ingredient is vital wheat gluten, which is super vital for making this. It makes 11 servings exactly and really high in protein. So 1 cup of that, 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. This gives it like a nice golden color too. 1 cup of vegetable broth, then a teaspoon of the following: turmeric, oregano, and garlic powder. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this liquid soy seasoning, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil for being very specific. Then give that a nice mix. I'm using just a spatula here to stir it up. Once it does get combined, you might want to use your hands like I do later on. Next, you're going to fill a baking tray with about 1 cup of your vegetable broth. And I just added a few seasonings there, so chili powder and pink Himalayan salt, just to give it more of a texture. So your batter kind of thing should look like this. And then I just rip apart the meatballs into little individual pieces. I ended up measuring them the second time I made this recipe, so just to kind of like weigh them out. And it was 30 grams per meatball, if you're curious at all. You'll place your meatballs into your tray that's filled with your liquid. You'll put it in the oven at 350 for half an hour. Once you take it out, you're going to flip each little meatball over and place it in the oven again at 375 for another half an hour. And then they come out like this, and they look like real meatballs. It's pretty cool, and they're honestly so tasty. I loved them so much. I placed mine on top of some lemon avocado pasta, which is also unreal. If you want a recipe on that, let me know. I can do it. But yeah, I really love the texture of these. They didn't like, I don't know, it was really surprising how good they were. So you definitely give them a go, and let me know if you do make them. Tag me on Instagram if you do, so I can see them. I love seeing your guys' recreations of my recipes. And the next recipe I'm going to walk you through is a homemade lentil soup. So here we go. All right, so these are basically all the ingredients you will need. So I'm going to do 4 stalks of celery, 4 large carrots, small yellow onion, about half of this head probably of purple cabbage, whichever colored lentils you want to use. I'm using red. Vegetable broth, garlic, salt and pepper, and obviously a large pot. I would recommend using maybe thyme or rosemary for another seasoning. I do not have, however, I do have a nice fresh basil plant here, so I'm going to use some of that in my soup. So first things first, you chop up vegetables. However, I shouldn't start with that. I'm going to start with my onion, and then celery, and then carrots, because those take the longest to cook, and those are the first things that we are going to put into our pot. So not that I'm an expert cook or anything, but I always cut my onion in half and then do these little slices along it, but not all the way through, but like that. And then once you've done that, you can chop all the little pieces up. Cool stuff, I know. Then you want to peel your carrots, because that's what we do. Pretty straightforward. You do this, and probably over a garbage can so you don't make a mess like I'm doing right now. A handy tip is just to pull your garbage can out right by your workstation so that you can do this without going to garbage every time. I mean, that's if you're working at a table and not at a counter, because your kitchen is way too small like mine. Once all your carrots are peeled, chop off the ends because they're kind of grimy looking. I wouldn't normally sit and do this, but my camera setup doesn't quite work full length, so this puts me at a better angle. Anyway, then you want to finely chop your carrots. If you had a mandolin, that would work super well in this situation, but I don't, so we're going old school. Once I'm done chopping them, I'm also just putting them onto a plate before I put them onto my pot, which is also my tripod holder right now. You want to heat up everything kind of at once on the stove, so you would put your garlic in first with your water and then add your onion, carrot, and celery, and then cook it all together. So I just want to have everything chopped at the same time before I get to that part. I don't actually like celery at all. The only time I ever use it is when I'm making soup. I don't get how it's a vegetable that people eat by itself. Like, no. Ugh. It's like this weird salty stringy thing. That was also the benefit of having my garbage can right there just now. Okay, so when everything's chopped up, I'm going to turn my oven on to like medium heat. I'm going to add just like, I know this is a cup, but there's like a few tablespoons of water in there, maybe like 1 or 2. And I'm just going to let that heat for a moment. I'm also going to add my garlic. I would say however much garlic you like. I love garlic, so I'm going to do like, this is a teaspoon, but like a really nice round teaspoon, and I'm gonna do like a heaping one of these. It's like that much. I also just decided I have a whole bunch of ginger, and I'm gonna put some of that in there, I think, too. Yeah, I'm going to. So this is what ginger looks like, in case you didn't know. That's that weird looking thing you see in the produce. I'm going to do about this much ginger. Fits into about that of your hand. Haha. Gotcha. But yeah, that much ginger. So ginger is loaded with nutrients that are both beneficial for your body, like, and your brain. So I think that anytime you can sneak it into something, it's worth it. So when you just toss it in a soup or a stir fry, things like that, it's so good for you. So that is sizzling up, you can hear. Then I'm gonna add my plate full of chopped veggies. That was pretty amazing. Did I even miss one? I did miss one. But if you eat it, it's like it didn't happen. If you want, you could also add like a tablespoon or 2 of oil in here. I just don't think it really needs it, but you do you. So I'm going to add just a touch more water. That's probably another tablespoon or 2, and season it with some salt and pepper. And then we're going to let that saute for about like 5 to 6 minutes. And still just over medium heat. So give it a good mix every minute or 2, just kind of let it sit there. While that's cooking, we're going to add 2 potatoes, or get them ready to add in. So obviously wash, cut them up, toss them in. After that, 5 to 6 minutes. All right, so whew, this smells really good already, just with the garlic and ginger, salt and pepper. About that much. There's probably like 2-3 cups in there. Once your veggies look like that, so they've brightened in color, you know, onions are a bit translucent, things like that, that's when we're going to add the potatoes, so it should have been about 5 minutes. So I've mixed it up in there, added a bit more salt and pepper, and now we're going to give it about 2 minutes probably to cook. Alright, so it's been cooking for another minute or two. Next, what you're going to want to add is your vegetable broth. So about 4 cups probably. I honestly don't know if I have about 4 cups, but we're going to add what I do have, and then the rest I'm just going to add water. So 3 and the tiniest bit, so I'm just going to add another cup of water. Boom. Like I said, thyme or rosemary would be really nice. I have a little bit of basil there that I'm going to put in, and then also a bay leaf is what I'm going to do. Next, you want to add your rinsed lentils, whichever kind you choose. If you have an awesome tip for rinsing your lentils, please tell me, because every time I do it, it ends up quite a mess. So I haven't figured that out yet. And give it a nice stir. I also decided I want to add a little turmeric to it, just because it brightens everything up, gives it a nice color, and also just like a superfood basically. And then I'm going to add those 2 bay leaves. Alright, so while we let that sit, I'm going to kind of clean up my kitchen a little bit and chop my red cabbage, and that'll go in about 10-15 minutes. I've also turned up the heat just to about like a 7, so medium-high heat, and it'll get to a little bit of a boil. I forgot to say it, once it does come to a boil, turn it down so it comes to more of a simmer. Really important so that nothing gets severely overcooked. So now after about 10 or 15 minutes, I am going to add my chopped purple cabbage. If you had kale or chard or something like that, that would work really well. Kind of like a more textured leafy thing. Spinach would be a little too thin, so I'd go with something like this. Plus purple adds a nice color. I like colorful food. If it gets too thick, because the lentils soak up a lot, add some more liquid as needed, either vegetable broth or water. So I just added in another cup of water. So this is what it's looking like so far. And it smells super good. I also have just like a quarter of this left, and I'm just gonna toss that in too. If you wanted to add a can of tomatoes or more, go for it. Totally up to you. Soup is so versatile. I'm gonna do a little taste test. Like, obviously wait for it to cool down. Okay, coming to you live. Oh my god, that's actually so good. I was just thinking to myself, like, that can of like tomatoes that I added in, I was like, that was such like a dinky little amount. I should have put more. So I thought I was gonna need more tomatoes. This is really good. I'm impressed with myself. You guys should make this. So this is what it looks like. I have a piece of my bread I made yesterday with some vegan butter. Topped it with just a little bit more basil to make it look prettier. But it is so good. I love the texture that the lentils create, because it's really kind of, I don't want to use the word mushy because that doesn't really sound great, but makes it nice and thick. So yeah, super good. Try out the recipe. And that's it for the video, guys. So I was hoping to make this video just to inspire some ideas that you can make at home while in quarantine, since we all have so much time to cook now. Maybe you want to try something new. So hopefully this will inspire you guys. I hope you're doing well out there, taking care of yourselves and your loved ones. Staying inside, cannot stress that enough. You're not invincible. Please don't think you are. But anyway, all the best to you guys. Give it a thumbs up and comment something down below. Be sure to subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and take care. Have a great day, and we'll see you later.